Alright everybody, welcome. We will be casting the Battlegrounds Custom 1650 bracket, the quarterfinal set between the Liquidator and UselessAPM. Here is the civilization draft for them. Liquidator will have Slavs, Persians, Japanese, Bulgarians, Ethiopians, Mayans, and Portuguese. And then Useless APM will have Franks, Khmer, Britons, Tatars, Spanish, Berbers, and Vietnamese. So song draft on both sides. The maps that were banned were Dry Lake and Lanes, interestingly enough. The map picks for Useless were Bog Delta and Mott and Bailey. Liquidator chose Nomad Hubs and Shaded Ponds. So, going to be a very interesting set between these two here. Looking forward to that one here. So, without further ado, guys, give me like 1 second to set up the game. Load into it with Capture Age. Alright, here we go, guys. Game number 1 between the Liquidator and UselessAPM. Red here will be UselessAPM with the Franks. And pretty solid map selection here. Apparently my mods have failed, so we're going to do this one with large trees, guys. Why not? Fix that between games. And then we have Slavs here for the Liquidator. So 2 solid civs, awkward trees, but we'll deal with it how we have to and go from there. But all in all, same map gen. We've been seeing a ton of Battlegrounds, lots of free hunt in the middle, and obviously all the gold stones, extra berries, everything in the mid. So Franks we have seen successfully used here on Battlegrounds. Seen them pretty frequently, I suppose, but maybe not as frequently as some might have thought. And then we do have the Liquidator here with the Slavs. Slavs obviously going to be a great pick for this one. Will be interesting to see how that one works out for him, but obviously solid economy behind this. And he's going out to grab some of the herdables here nice and early. Hello, Knight. Welcome. Yeah, no problem. We do have both players out to the mid now, but it looks like the Liquidator went out early enough. He's actually snagged pretty much all of them, and the other ones are on this side of the map, so I don't know, Knight. Not today. This is best of 5. I expect it to go deep, but I always expect that. So we'll see. You can send them to me, like I said. If you haven't already, you may have already sent them to me. Alright, so we do have the boar coming in here for the Liquidator. On the other side, boar coming in. So both players pretty much exact timing. Idle TC time is the exact same right now. Villager efficiency, is that what this is? Workers efficiency last minute. Yeah, pretty similar. Can't complain at all right now. But we will have to see how this is played out here. I think Slavs have an advantage here, no question. Magnificent infantry, great unique unit here. Their farming eco is superior. Just overall, I feel like they have a really strong advantage on this map. Surprised we haven't seen Slavs picked more, honestly. We have some closed maps as well that I feel like Slavs could do well on. All in all, though, we'll have to see how these guys play it. Both of them, I'm guessing, will go up early for scouts, but is debatable here as Liquidator able to push in the deer quite easily. Nice gen for him when these deer are sitting. Pig kind of got in the way there a little bit, but not the end of the world. There's still 3 herdables out here. UselessAPM got a couple, not a ton for himself. So he did push deer already. Is on berries at home. So will be very interesting how this one is played here. And again, sorry for the large trees, guys. This is how it comes whenever you don't replace your mods. This is extremely unfortunate. And I had to go back in time for the old version to cast the last set compared to this one. So my guess is that's how it got a little messed up for me, but nonetheless it should be just fine. Loom coming in for both here. 19 pop builds for both. It looks like going to be pretty close. UselessAPM has it and will be up. And Liquid gonna have it too. He had to drop off a little bit more, but ultimately only a few seconds difference in the time up here. We see Liquid being a little fancy here, trying to kill as many of the herdables here. Does it end up killing one? Doesn't get away with any, but it's a nice touch. A couple bugged vills here, unfortunately, for Useless, but overall, going out for a second lumber camp should be going into scouts with Franks. Wouldn't be too surprising. Slavs will probably match it. It would only make sense, I think, for that to happen. We do have the barracks already on its way up here. And we have Useless housed at 20 pop, but he's on his way up at 20 pop, so not too worried about that one. I haven't really talked much about the map gens, but gold's both forward here for Useless. Actually, it's for the Liquidator. My apologies. But delaying the barracks time there is actually pretty huge, because this might have been able to been delayed enough, but not quite. It does have his scout there. And we have Useless actually up pretty much at the same time, but we'll have to finish that first. So both players will have their stables up and producing. Walls coming up for Liquid already, so he should be in good shape, and he's getting double Bidex and horse collar, so to expect him to stay in the feudal age for quite the amount of time. Only horse collar for Franks, but that is free with their upgrade, as well as Franks getting the additional HP. Not bloodlines per se, but they do get that extra HP. So Useless also golds forward. I already have a spear out here for Useless as well, so he will try to use that to help out, same as the Liquidator. So both these guys playing this very similarly. Walls attempting to be rushed down here, should be able to get him up before any damage will come in. Looks like he's actually just going to try to defend this a little bit. Useless is still very open at home, not really too worried about walling everything up. Does lose the scout to the spear there, which is unfortunate, but we'll see what happens here. Slav farming eco, obviously, we expect to do quite well. Spears just engaging in the middle, nothing too crazy. We do have 12 on food for the Liquidator. Going to be a little bit off now because these vills went idle, but fight on the front going to be pretty even. I mean, Liquid should win that one, but a little bit less as far as investment into this so far for Useless, so maybe able to have a little bit faster uptime here. We'll need to defend this though. You stop building these walls. You know, I need to get those up here before long. It's like, yeah, having some issues with how he's got his vills going to do things right now, which is kind of a problem. But I mean, these units could get in here and do a lot of damage, as they will dive here. TC will maybe take off some HP and does actually get a unit, so that's really nice. for Useless. And the scouts, I think we're on stand ground. Or, yeah, I don't know. Not a whole lot going on here. Spear dies to the town center, so Liquid losing a spear here for free. Obviously not what you want to do. Liquid is at 12 farms, and then we have Useless at 18 farms already, so good thing that Slavs have that bonus. They will be working a little bit faster. More will be coming down here, but he's a little bit behind his opponent in farm numbers. Looks like both these players just going to be trying to get up. Town watch being researched. Waiting for this house to get up to be able to continue producing here. We do have Wheelbarrow coming in here for Liquid as well. So those farmers will be working at a very nice pace. And we have see the blacksmith being added already as well. Feels pretty even right down the middle, honestly. Not a big difference. Res pretty similar, just a lot less gold for Useless, but he only needs 200 to click up. So I don't hate his position. Got the farms up first, and looking to be pretty solid here. Getting his blacksmith up. His walls will be finished shortly, and these are actually quick walled already. So he's gonna head out with a few spears, a few scouts, try to do some damage. Ultimately, shouldn't find much of anything here, which is not too big of a deal. Scouting, Useless or AP Liquidator sees pretty much all the map really. And continuing to scout. And on the other side, Useless sees a good portion of it, but a little bit less scouting. So that's probably part of the score discrepancy. Castle Age, click for the Liquidator, sitting at 16 farms with Wheelbarrow as compared to 18 farms without it. So Useless is going to be a little bit farther behind, but really not much. Really not much. The transition for both will be very important here. Obviously, Castle Age. Gonna be curious if we're gonna see aggression from one of these players, or we're going to see a boom. Liquid may opt to just add another stable and try to defend and go up on a TC here, since he doesn't really have a lot of map control per se at the moment, and neither really do. It's only a few scouts, a few spears out on the field for both, but will be that second stable, Bloodlines and Scale Barding. Yep. So, Spear coming over here as well. If he gets lucky, he'll pick off the scouts. No reaction from Useless. That hurts. Losing one for free yet again, and a lot of HP on another. So, going to be double stable for both. Liquid does see this one, though. We have not seen this yet for Useless. He hasn't been on that side, so will be important for both of them to keep up the production. And there comes the Scale Barding armor for Useless. Not going to have foraging, but we are going to see foraging coming in from the Liquidator here. So he will have the superior units right off the bat. Will also be up just shortly enough to have a little bit faster production. Second town center going to be coming up for the Liquidator on the gold here, which is quite nice. We'll be getting Bowsaw right away as well. Chain Barding coming in, though. That'll be really nice. He doesn't have foraging yet, but having Chain Barding at this point is quite convenient, really. Second TCs. Looks like it's quick walled in. Knights are out for both. But what is Useless gonna do this here? Just gonna go full in knight production? He should see now that he's behind in the production. Should also see that it's +1 attack, +1 defense, and Liquidator is looking to be in a good position taking these engagements. Instant Monastery edition coming in for UselessAPM, so there will be that town center on the goal, which is probably the best spot he could ask for one. Houses coming up. I'm going to say he needs to get houses up soon. Yeah, I mean, Liquid just spamming. He's got 2 stable production. Getting husbandry right now. 2 TCs. More for protection and be able to control the gold there. 10 military to 5 is quite a rough position. We do have a monastery here. Nothing yet produced. That will come into play here, I'm sure, very soon. As we do have one monk being produced now. House walls attempts. It's a very interesting position. It's very close. 41 vills, 41 vills. Just less military here. And Useless just going to throw some military away. Does pick off a scout, but almost loses a knight in the process. Monk defense will be the answer here with knights of his own, though. And that could be an interesting position. Gold also an issue. You need to delete this house here and deal with that position, but ultimately, it's very interesting here. The production has slowed, I feel like, because we have Liquid, I'm guessing, queuing in both town centers. So we'll have a bit of a eco lead shift here, or should be soon. But I mean, both players really doing a good job with that. The Goldville's here. He needs to send about 5 of them over in this direction, but I mean, there's only one monk, maybe 2 on the field. Yeah, there's 2 monks on the field now. Oh, they are both right there, actually. So, conversions will come into a very important thing here. We are going to leave the low HP one back, though. And we have +2 coming in now for the Liquidator. So he will have very, very good upgrades. We'll have foraging as compared to Useless, who does not. Gonna have the monk in defense here. Could really use a conversion or 2, would help out tremendously, but not going to get one just yet. And behind this is just boom. 22 farmers for each, but wheelbarrow both. Well, I guess we only have horse collar for the Liquidator, but alright. Bad fight, not really matching up here. 1 conversion does come in here, maybe a second one. Yeah, so 2 conversions come in. The numbers are still in favor for Liquid with the better upgrades. Another conversion attempt. We'll get it. And all of a sudden we have more knights here for Liquid as he was able to convert 3 of them. It cost him all 3 of the monks. This guy, I don't know if he got anything, but big conversion numbers. I'd love to see that down here if it had conversions, but not seeing that there. Idle eco is not that bad for either. Pretty close. Closer reinforcements and monks really paying off there. Pikeman has now been clicked here for Useless, though, so he feels like he needs to do this. Yeah, the Rex came in today. So will be a pikeman switch from our Frank player. Not really something you want to go to against Slavs, really. Another barracks will be coming up, though. Oh, Liquid's gonna die. He's gonna dive. Not die, dive. Oh, man. Takes out a few units, but man. I only took out 1 unit. Has the hill here. Will take the fight. There is pikemen here now as well. This does not feel like a great fight, but it is definitely an interesting position. Both players not really committing to the fight here. I think Liquid lost a lot more there than he thought he was going to. But yeah, both players are definitely worried about moving out here. And rightfully so. I mean, there's 1 conversion back, it looked like. Alright, pikes are now in front. Monks going to come back out. At least the one will. But this is a much better fight here for the Liquid. Yeah, Liquid has 2 stables right now. Actually, he added a third. So he has 3 stables. Yeah, and that's the problem when you're facing. Yeah, and there's Useless is buying more food to try to get in the infantry defense, actually. So he's going to switch into full infantry right now. Feels weird, but he is on the back foot. Economies are very, very rock solid, but we do have Liquid moving to the middle here, which is going to be somewhat of a concern. And yeah, Power Slavs, indeed. Slavs, great civ, especially for a map where you're sitting in this kind of position. Another TC added for both, but Useless is stuck at home. Pikeman numbers will be important here. Will really help swing a fight even with more knights. But it is 19 knights to 9. And the eco behind it for the Liquidator much better with Wheelbarrow and Slav Farms. As saw Man-at-Arms thought there for a minute, but this could be discovered. Quick walls. Quick walls come in. That house has like nothing on it though. Hit the house. There, he's got it. Hammers. Alright. Oh, there's a hole in the wall because of the gold. Knights dive on the eco. Pikemen will take a while to get here. This TC should go up, and this looking to be a nice position for Useless. Not bad. I mean, he didn't lose anything. Knights have dive into the back here. Quick walls coming in. One exposed Vil there. But Pikemen should come back. It's just military is everywhere for the Liquidator right now. And he's going to start taking Vils out left and right here. Going to get more and more difficult to hold on here. Useless already dropping in villager numbers, obviously. This is current patch. So Slavs, a little bit better units now. Oh, and the Knights are in on the... Oh, Useless. Useless is losing this one now in a rough transition here. Knights getting in everywhere. Liquidator doing a great job to be as mobile as possible here. And the military on the front is doing work. The Knights in the back doing work. 15 eco units killed compared to 0 right now. So that is the villager discrepancy at the moment. And these vills are continuing to die here. Can't even garrison in the house. Imperial Age on its way here for the Liquidator. And it is going to be very difficult to come back in this one for Useless. He's behind quite a significant number now. He's made that switch to Pikeman, which I think really hurt him. That hole over here on what was gold hurts. And yeah, the food income is quite good. And Useless does have better upgrades on that, but 10% faster, still a huge number. And here comes the units for another fight. Pikemen are here, but I don't really think it matters. I'm going to have a conversion come in here potentially. Yeah, it does get one. It was a super low HP one though, so not the greatest of positions, but do have pikemen being added behind this here, as we will have coinage even being researched nice and early. Yeah, Knight Slavs definitely looking very strong here. Liquidator going to be having a very nice time getting to Imperial Age here. Should be Cavalier. I don't even think that Halberdier is worth the click at the moment. Just go Cavalier Pikemen, because your Pikemen are as good as theirs. And then if you have some gold left over later on, yes, go ahead and grab it. But for now, I think just straight Pikemen here with Cavalier is the ticket. No castles from either player yet, so... And there's Halb, actually. We're really missing a very small fight here. I mean, Useless is in trouble. He should know he's in trouble. He's nowhere near up. Villager count is extremely low. Will place a very defensive castle. Yeah, down by a lot of vills, but it is 3 TCs and middle control. And look at all these Slav farms. There are 42 Slav farmers compared to 44 Frankish farmers. And a lot of these are just now being placed up. Man-at-Arms, Chainmail, Cavalier, Halb is already in. Will be probably just Halb Siege push, I imagine. Throw some Cavalier in to do this right here. Dive. Raid. Yeah, Cavalier is still here. Going unnoticed. KD for Ecos right now, 35, 36 and counting. This is where the big difference is right now. The Man-at-Arms switch behind this will honestly cripple anything the Franks can do against the Cavalier from the Liquidator. And it's still not even necessary, I don't feel like. But gold on the center for Useless also discovered and will not be there for much longer. Will be Scorpions here. Quick walls coming in, but castle position forward. There's just not a whole lot that you can do with Franks right now. Being down this far. Knight number's not there. You're going pikemen. Not what you want to do. 2 villagers here at the moment building this. Scorpion does jump out here. Bolt will get a lot of damage in. But a couple long swords mixed in here will kill off quite a bit. Pikemen being converted as well. No, I don't think it's a Doubt Castle. There you have long swords and infantry with better upgrades here. I think even if this is somewhat of a Doubt-ish castle, it will definitely go. I mean, look, he's decided to build a barracks right here, too. He's not worried about this at all. It's only 3-4 pikemen left. Long swords are here, just tanking. Even if this one didn't go up right now, it will go up soon. Useless APM just not able to move out and get any sort of center control. Castle is still going up. More vills being sent just in case, but 2-handed swordsman is now in. Useless has been unable to keep up military numbers. He's been under too much pressure. And Trebs will be out, and Trebs with what will be probably light cabin to Hussar next, if even need be. So we see some more throwing X-Men come out, which is an excellent unit against infantry, but yeah, those few knights that got into the wood line and stuff up here really making a difference. Cavalier going to be diving in here. 1 pikeman raiding the gold. Gold miners in the middle go down for Useless APM. And now he has 0 on gold, which is kind of awkward. Would expect to see another castle, I'm guessing there. Yeah, he's trying to place the castle, I think. They're having some pause, sec, go kind of deals going on here. Champion is also on its way in. Scorpion's doing the work here. Castle doing work here. Treb will likely go down. Maybe not, actually. There's some military units sitting here. It might just survive. Gonna be close. Oh, pikeman takes it down at the last second here. But another castle is going to be going up here for Liquidator. And there's really nowhere for Useless to go. He's going to be sitting in such a bad position. Can't get to Imp. Not even going to make a difference here, as it will be 2-handed swordsman, Trebs. Deruzia hasn't been researched yet. Don't even think it's necessary at this point. Could definitely get it if he wanted to, but don't think we'll see it, to be honest. Relay was in that castle for a second, but will be Rams. And a tower push here coming in as well. Liquid just trying to take away all possible farming areas. Trying to cripple the economy, which is what he should do. But soon these pikes won't be able to defend anything, as the champion numbers are steadily growing. And yeah, this tower does go up, denies farms. Cavalier in the base. Even guard tower being researched. Treb just randomly shooting here. Yeah, Useless is doing a good job to hold on his best, but unfortunately for him, there's only so much you can do in this position. Going down by like 20 vills that early is extremely difficult to deal with, and not exactly what you want to have to deal with either. Trebs are just blindly firing at whatever building at the moment, not really focusing anything down. Liquid feels like he's in good control here. There will be another tower coming down at the moment. Yeah, there's been a lot of overbooming situations. Liquid just tower rushing now. And honestly, if he just would queue up some more units, I mean, the farming will do the job for sure. Castle to defend his economy here won't last long with Trebs in the field. A lot of pikemen here, though. Scorpion numbers starting to get up. Castles are here as well. I imagine the Treb or two will go down, but other than that, not a whole lot. Nothing wrong with 150. Well, there's 166, so there's no military room, really. He needs to delete some of the lumberjacks, is what he should do. Really try to take advantage of his current situation, but he does have towers going in. Oh, heavy scorpion even, alright. Yeah, these towers, which are guard towers, actually, doing work. And there comes the GG statistics real quick for you guys. Liquid takes game one with a very interesting showing. Slavico really running away with it there, and the Cavalier going in on the units were a very nice position as well. So guys, that was game one. Let's do a quick Civ update. Slavs with the victory, Franks with the loss. Home maps available for the next games will either be Bog Delta or Mott and Bailey. What's up, Hitch?
I gotta say, Juicy. There was a lot of debate about Slavs v Franks in the Discord lately. Did it play out how you thought it would?
I don't know what was going on about all that in Discord, to be honest. But
Oh goodness, absent Discord owner here.
I have there was a lot of messages over the weeks. Slav's definitely great. Obviously, their economy and stuff. So I will not complain. So game two will be Bog Delta. So hope you guys are excited for that one. Hitch, you prepared to join then?
I have been waiting at 5 seconds for like 5 minutes. You're just taking so long.
Wonderful, wonderful. We get there. Alright, guys. Game 2, Bog Delta in 3, 2, 1, go. Whew, alright, so Liquidator with Japanese. Great civ for this map. But Khmer for Useless APM may just be a counter here to Japanese, really. Should be a rather interesting matchup. My mods are still broken, unfortunate.
Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. You didn't get those set up. You forgot, didn't you, to set it?
Well, I did have it set. I even played some team game Empire Wars, but then I had to backdate my game for the previous set. So
Oh, gotcha. Well,
it's all
that
right.
happens.
We are not playing,
So,
so it's not as distracting.
oh yeah. So Japanese, pretty obvious the reasons you'd pick them here. What's the motivation for the Khmer pick?
I think it's just they have a great uptime. They have great units that can actually counter a lot of civs. I feel like that would be picked on a map like this. And obviously, Hussar spam in late game is really good. And I mean, this never really turns into much of a water fight, so it's not like you have to have a great water sieve here. Obviously, I think you should have a good water sieve here, but
Khmer is a very competent water sieve, if I recall.
yeah, I think they have everything except for like shipwright and heavy demo or something, but not 100% on those. But nonetheless, I think the play here is probably going to be Man at Arms from Japanese. Would make the most sense here, or either that or a pre-milled rush, which we've seen drushes and Man at Arms rush do great things in this tournament. We have Useless headed forward here, maybe trying to see where his opponents could be docking potentially.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Now, this map easily wallable for both players. That just is the nature of this map, but it's not always easy to defend those walls. They end up being kind of long.
Yeah, and he does scout the Vil. I don't know if he saw it actually or not, but he will know that there
He's
was a
got to be
Vil in that
managing that
direction.
scout. I'm sure he saw it. Because why else would he have the scout over there, right?
Yeah, it takes the hill, so actually pretty good exchange there. Barracks will be coming up for useless APM, so he must be planning a drush here, because why else go in that direction? And the Vil is exposed out here. Useless, probably gonna have to try for it, but quick walls come in from Liquidator, so Doc will go up unopposed.
There we go. So Knight saying in chat he's looking forward to team games on this one.
Is he though? Is he? Does he
He says
know?
he is.
Does he even know what the team generation looks like? Is my question.
Knight, I'm sure Knight's looked at it. Have you seen it, Knight?
No, I think it's going to be a great team game map. I don't know. Have we figured out set starting positions by color for this map yet?
Oh yeah, no, that's all sorted out.
Beautiful. No, he doesn't know what it looks like. Yeah, you might want to look at it before you say that then. But it
Yeah,
will be
so
interesting.
it ends up being the same overall layout on the map, but you have one of the two teammates is more forward. Sorry, I think more back, away from the enemy and closer to the water, and the other one's more forward and closer to the enemy. If that makes sense. Closer to the
Yeah.
enemy, farther from the water.
Yeah, so like for just like a quick idea, I think what you're saying is the pocket player would be like over here on the map by like the gold behind APM's map.
Yeah. Over towards the water.
Yep.
Yep, it's the pocket
And
player.
then forward over here where this wood line would be the
Hmm.
flank player. So it's similar. Map doesn't really change. Obviously, it does get bigger, but Drush is in here as Useless is going to be in a fine position, going to pick off a Vil
Yep,
even with a Drush and a Scout
right.
already.
Picked Vil off right before Loom came in for Liquidator. He was housed there with all the
Oh, and the
commotion.
wall goes down.
Oh no. Terrible turn of events for Liquidator.
Loom is in, but look at all this idle time. All the Vils are coming, turning the Scout around, trying to pick the other one off there. Will pick off
Just,
another villager. Wow.
yeah, even without the Vil picks, this amount of idle time, it's great. All these Vils on stragglers, it's a mess for Liquidator here. Yeah, and obviously that's to be determined in testing exact positions. It might change, but I like the idea of having one of the players more exposed and the other one safer, but closer on the water.
Yeah, I think it's a nice position because then, like you said, we have it so we can choose where we are with map colors for players. I think so. That
Yeah,
will
yeah,
be
that's it.
helpful.
It's all set up for all the maps. You don't have to worry about the colors. It'll sort out properly.
Yep. So that is quite nice, and it will allow for like a partial water fight for 1v1 on water, and then land potentially. Not guaranteed, but could be really interesting. Barracks just now on the way up for Liquid. Now, Liquid is on water, and he does have a few fishing ships out, so his economy is actually still equal, And this Drush really just evening things out for the most part.
Yeah, Japanese playing to their strength here, right? So push out the fishing ships. It's going to be hard to lose them. Uh, Now, if we look, Liquidator, with all that commotion, actually did not fully scout Useless's shoreline, so he doesn't know if he's on fish or not.
Yeah, so it's kind of a gamble, but will be double range for Useless, and then we will have just a single range because we don't have the wood yet here for the Liquidator. All that idle time really going to be paying off, and still we have two militia here, distracting and getting more and more idle eco time. And if I can find it on the screen, yeah, 10 minutes to 5 minutes here, and it's never something you want to be down in there. One archer is out, and the Drush is finally away from the main base here.
I don't even know why you save these at this point, and just
Just
send
to
them toward the wood line.
be annoying, I guess.
Of course. Okay, so he's got his own archer, so he'll take out this archer.
Yeah, Fletching is not in for either player here. Blacksmith not even down here for the Liquidator. Useless is getting his up now. That Drush, not something you usually expect, I feel like, with the Khmer here. Usually they use that bonus to get up faster because they don't need to build one of those buildings.
Yeah, but Drush has proven so effective in this bracket. It's been real good. So from both Civ, what's your comp? What do you go if you're Japanese here? What do you go if you're Khmer here?
I mean, Khmer, at some point you have to add Scorpion for sure. Don't think there's a better option against Japanese. Because Japanese ideally do not want to go into any sort of stable unit. So
There
I think that's something we'll have to keep an eye on. But I think archers are solid for both until. Well, no, I think Khmer actually have fully upgraded ARBs. Let's see, upgrades. Yeah, they have a fully upgraded ARBs. So Arbalest is a great option, but you obviously want to add in late game. Against most civs, you go for Hussar spam,
hmm
but with Japanese pikemen, Japanese trash could do really well here.
Yeah, and not to mention up to 6 fishing ships for Liquidator. He his scout is going forward, so he's going to know now for sure that Useless is in on water. And as soon as he confirms that, though, I mean, you can just put your full food eco out there.
Yeah.
No
Yep.
thumb ring apparently for Khmer.
Ah, well, Britons don't have thumb ring either, right? So are those the only two? I don't pay enough attention to thumb ring. But at this point in the game, they're exactly equal. I mean, thumb ring's castle, so unless we see some sort of an advantage come in there, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like Khmer have the edge here just because of their siege options.
Maybe all else being equal, they do, but this is the issue we have right now. Is despite killing 2 Vils in Dark Age, Liquidator's up on Vils because of the fishing eco.
Yep, fishing eco
I
paying off.
I have never been convinced, unless you're doing some kind of crazy all in. I don't understand not making at least your own fishing ships, even if you don't fight for water. Making 3 in Dark Age.
Yeah, yep. Just that small boost helps out a ton.
Housed for Useless.
Yeah, he's been getting housed quite a bit here, actually.
Yeah, and coming up slowly. Still not fully walled, so taking it taking quite slowly there. Not worried if he's putting the pressure on.
Yeah, and constant production of archers for useless, and his economy, you know, has been lacking because of the fishing ships. But idle TC time for both is fairly similar. So Just really a question of if it can get in here and if this big investment in this age is really going to pay for itself or not.
Double the military numbers here for useless as Liquidator clicks up to Castle Age, but this is a big ball of archers, and he's going to struggle to hold us back. He's got to buy time here.
Yeah, and the wall attempt is going to come in here, but I don't even know if he'll run in here after he sees the military, but maybe he will. I feel like this is just an awkward spot to sit here with these archers.
Yeah, and these vills are doing a great job. We're doing a great job of distracting and even out those numbers a little bit, but um, Liquidator just bought all the time he needs here, though. Useless
Unstable
isn't.
edition.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, Japanese get Cavalier. I don't think they're missing any huge upgrades, so they're missing the last armor, but hey.
Yeah, I mean, it will be unexpected, I believe. That will be the bonus there. Both players will be in castle. Obviously, Liquid up faster, and just simply because of 6 fishing ships. But Knight Skirm from Japanese feels.
Yeah, well, cavalry upgrades also coming in for useless. So are we seeing knights, elephants?
I doubt it's elephants. Elephants take
Hey,
so much
I
economy.
I can dream, okay? I can dream.
I mean, it's a possibility, I suppose, but
Should be knights though.
yeah, I
Go
don't know.
ahead. Does he even have a stable up? I don't. Oh yeah, he does. I see it
Yeah, he's
now.
got it up now.
Architecture.
Bloodlines coming in.
But he's behind on getting up. He's behind on all the upgrades. Um, but wisely though, bringing his archers all back home, rewalling, recognizing he's up later, gonna be a little bit behind on his upgrades, not risking taking a bad fight.
Yeah, and I think the nice thing here for him is he has house walls or military buildings walled up, so there's only a few palisades at all that are going to be weak, so something to keep an eye on. We do have another range being added from the Liquidator, so I don't know if he really knows what he's going for here.
Yeah, I mean he's getting the second armor for knight, so going
And
into another range feels odd.
and he grabbed
I don't see
crossbow,
it.
not elite skirm, knowing he was down in numbers. I feel like elite skirm and crossbow would have been much better than all these knight upgrades.
Yeah, I think when you know your opponent has this big of a lead on crossbow numbers here, maybe just go skirm knight rather than trying to
Oh,
pull
we have a
off.
Cav Archer in production.
What
One.
is Liquid doing?
Maybe he thinks he's so far behind that he's just gonna try for something crazy. He cancels the Cav Archer, so
I mean, he's ahead on Vills.
yeah. He's got a large number of units in his base now. He's gonna have to deal with those, so this could be a
Yeah,
bit
this
of
is
a
where it gets
problem.
bad.
And here are the knights for useless here as well. So it feels so bad. I don't know what we're gonna get out of damage though. I mean, this wood line is probably the most easily damaged position, but I suppose taking out the ranges at this point would be a fine plan. Kill the production buildings at least, but looking to do more damage here. Military production, 2 TCs for both, as Useless did add a TC in the back as well.
Yeah, but
Reinforcements
the
getting picked.
crossbow. Oh, he turns back. He could have gotten so many Vills there.
Yep, quite
That was
unfortunate.
tragic. Tragic for useless, but he's still in a great position. It's hard to complain if you're useless here.
Yeah, and he still has the military lead by a pretty decent margin. So,
He's not got much done with it though. I
no.
mean, not nothing, but I was really hoping to see more results out of this. by now. And this is big. The Siege Workshop coming in um, could turn this around real quick.
Yeah, it could, but we have knights for both, so knights could dive. Just the element of surprise is what's going to be important here. Will be another stable added for useless at home. So he looks to be shifting into more of a knight focus. One
No,
ranger
yeah,
has gone down as well. Mangonel trying to be produced, but he is housed, so waiting for the house to come in before it starts production.
yep, and look, and you see this useless. I'm assuming saw Siege Workshop and immediately. Yep. Oh, he had switched to staggered formation. Like he's trying to be aware of this,
Hmm.
staying back, taking out production buildings like you suggested.
Yeah, it never hurts when you're in a position where you can't really do a whole lot with your military. If you can sit and keep the pressure on, take those production buildings out. The Mangonel shoots at the knights, unfortunately, so this Mangonel has been seen and will be in trouble here. Bloodline's now coming in for the Liquidator as well. I think we need to see some siege forward here from Useless and really try to put the gas on this push here. Can't really switch sides, which kind of makes it awkward. Ballistics on its way in here for the Liquidator. Mangonel is coming forward. Gets a nice shot on the Knights, but not sure that will really scare them off. The crossbow mass is getting crazy in number here. That's going to be very difficult to deal with, honestly. Range does go down. 2 mangonels. I feel like it's just
But
in kind of a boom. It's 3 TCs behind this as well. I mean, oh, crossbows, none die, but a lot of HP taken off here. 2 mangonels. Oh, useless. Do you really want to be microing against this? He's going to try to do it. Such an awkward position to take a fight with the way these buildings are placed.
yeah, awkward fights here, and I don't know. I feel like Liquidator needs something to turn his position around as he continues to fall behind on bills. Maybe he needs to get a TC out in the middle. Maybe he needs more in fishing. He's got to take advantage somewhere, and that's the only place he has a potential for a lead. But he's so limited on wood right now; it's hard to do anything.
Yeah, it was a decent crossbow shot. These crossbows are rather low in HP. Luckily, Useless is trying to deal with them, but the Knights did dive here. There is another Mangonel that could pop out of
And
the
this is a
Siege
big
Workshop,
fight.
and it
20
does.
military to 60.
Oh, no
Uh,
dice.
not a great
GG
shot.
or no GG coming in here. So, Useless will take the game. Liquid probably frustrated with that position there and just calling it. Not even going to continue after that point, which I don't know what he would have left after this fight. So, all in all, GG. Show these statistics for you guys here real quick. But not really much to say about that one. Just a pretty clean, solid play overall. The Drush coming in nice and early, doing a lot for useless APM there. And
Yeah,
water didn't really pay off.
it paid off. And Liquidator would have been in a much worse position without 6 fishing ships and keeping that eco going along. I just think he didn't exploit it as much as he could have. And I feel like if you're Japanese, you kind of got to be planning on that to some degree.
Yeah, for sure. But Japanese go down. Kamura with the win. We'll move on to a home map for the Liquidator now.
Liquidator knows how to pick him.
Yeah, it will be Shaded Pond.
Indeed.
I'm
You
at
disappear?
5 seconds,
Okay.
sir. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go. All right, Shaded Pond will be Tatars for Useless APM and Bulgarians for the Liquidator. So, civs we haven't seen a lot of on this map. Of course, we
The
haven't
map we
seen
haven't
this
seen a
map.
lot of.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, I always think that going for the water here is important. There are 14 deep fish here. So that's 2,800 food, not to mention the shore fish. So can't go wrong there. We will see how this is played, but on it's just a very interesting map overall. I mean, it's one we haven't seen, which is super shocking to me because it is a land map. I mean, hybrid, but
It's it's Oasis adjacent, you know. Like this one, you can stonewall up. You can drag this one out. Maybe people don't want that.
yeah, maybe. We've seen some interesting games on this one. Liquid is pushing a deer under the TC nice and early there, and it looks like we're gonna see Useless do the same. So pushing deer this early, not scouting. Does this feel like some FC play? I would imagine, anyways. Either that or
Yeah.
trying to get up aggressively early
Right.
for
I
scouts.
mean, it could be either. I think the key thing here is that you're so far away from your opponent that it doesn't make sense. You don't need to worry about scouting them right away. So you might as well use your scout, push in that one deer, give your ego a little boost.
Yeah. Yeah, Knight. I don't know who I really prefer in this matchup, to be honest.
Yeah.
I
The only
think,
thing I can say about this matchup, we've had this come up several times. Tatar has no hills on this map, so
yeah.
that's that's about the most interesting thing I can say on the matchup.
Yeah, I mean, and then Cavalier is going to be better for Bulgarians with the stirrups tech, no question. The only thing that's interesting, I guess, you do have camels for Tatars, right? So,
Don't they not get heavy cam, or is that someone else?
I don't know. I have not played enough to remember all the civs in their tech trees, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
I feel like Tatars, if it comes to any sort of infantry, could be wonderful. But yeah, free thumb ring and Parthenian tactics could be huge. And Knight here saying they do get heavy camel, so I feel like Tatars definitely have the advantage here, but it's also because they get their extra sheep. There's a little bit of that eco bonus there. What do Bulgarians really get? The faster working blacksmiths, which is nice. Cray post. So if we see some sort of a rush in that direction, could be really nice.
Yeah, the thing is, I think, you know, Stirrups Cavalier are going to would do pretty well against heavy camel if it came that route.
Yeah,
I think the cheaper blacksmith techs can be huge. Cheaper, but it's cheaper blacksmith, right? Yeah, and then they also have the was it cheaper siege than Bulgarians now? That's right.
they have cheaper siege upgrades.
Upgrades, yeah. So, but if you're looking at, using onager or something to counter cav archer later, I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like it's not a cut and dried matchup, and you know,
for sure. It's a very interesting matchup, honestly. I feel like whenever we're done casting games, whenever I play 1v1s, I need to like dedicate like a week to all the new civs because I still haven't played them enough. And
the Cumans. The Cumans are the only civ that get camel, so don't get heavy camel,
okay, fair enough.
which plays into that whole new civ thing, not playing them enough to be able to keep them straight.
Yeah. Well, I know I've barely played any of the new civs since DE came out, to be honest. Lithuanians I've played probably the most. I think Lithuanians are just that good, but honestly, I haven't played Cumans, but maybe 3 times, 4 times. So Bulgarians I've probably played even less, to be honest. Tatars, I've probably played them a little bit more because I love cav archers, but it's gonna be interesting. I mean, Scout for Useless APM did lose a lot of HP against the TC here. Had a nice little block come in from Liquid, forced it into the TC, which was nice.
Oh, okay, here. Game's starting to get going, though. We're going up to Feudal Age.
Yep, neither player going for water either. Will be a stable play for both. Now, one civ I'm surprised we haven't seen much of, especially when there's a map like this that's easily wallable. It's got limited like position to fight in. Is the Teutons? I feel like this could
Three.
be a Teuton friendly map.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen
They
it.
would do well here.
I think we only saw Teutons once, and that was on Mott and Bailey, which also makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing here is we just haven't seen Shaded Pond. I don't think there's really an established meta, so to speak. You know, like some maps, there's a lot of popular ideas what to do. I think Shaded Pond is just kind of there, not tested thoroughly.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait. This on team maps will be a lot of fun too. I think this is probably one of my favorite maps. Scout fighting happening over here. One scout down for Useless APM, which was his starting scout. We do have more scouts out for Liquidator though. Upgrades are non-existent for both, so both players taking an eco approach. So much so that Useless APM dropped 6 farms already. Yeah, we have 6 for both actually, so
Yeah,
very
but
heavy eco
for
approach.
yeah, exactly. They're going for it. Which isn't surprising, right? Considering the map, walling up and booming, not shocking here.
Yeah, not at all. Both players attacking the same side, so it doesn't look like we're gonna have anyone break through. All the walls should be up here.
Yeah, Farm Bonanza here. This is definitely our boomiest map, I think. So
Yeah, because Mott and Bailey we expected to be more boomy, but people doing a good job to punish that, and it's gone very, very well noticed that it's punishable. A map like this, it's still punishable to go and deal with a boom, but it's a little bit more difficult because you start without those walls, you have to wall up, you have to invest all the resources. Additionally, you have to worry about water if you do see someone chopping wood on that side, which neither player has, which is sad, but since it's pretty even so far, I mean, can't really complain here.
so this map comes with a decent bit of extra gold in the form of these 6-3 tiles spread out here. But look at all this gold that's on the left side for Useless.
Yep.
He's walled. He only has his main gold. If this left side continues to be the battlefield, so that could become an issue if this drags out as it looks like it may.
Yeah, absolutely. Both players desperately trying to get in here, and don't think anyone's getting in anywhere anytime soon. So, will be a race to Castle Age, and as far as that's concerned, it's only about a 50 food difference. Useless will probably not be housed in this one. He also had to build a lot of houses to keep these units out. On the other side, it's been more palisade walls here and unfinished houses from Liquid. So, we'll be interested to see if that comes into play at all. Most likely it won't,
Now,
but
as we approach the castle click here, what do you think the comps are going to be here in Castle Age, or do you think that these players are going to continue to drag this out in Castle and
uh,
full boom?
I think it should be full boom attempt for Tatars here. I really do, because I think that they have a much better situation going for themselves as far as the boom goes. Getting the free sheep with every town center makes it a little bit more, or a little bit less of an investment. Additionally, I think you don't really have a reason to try to go too heavy into military right now. You know your opponents are walled, so whoever can be up faster and get the resources going can have a much better late game if they can actually get enough to push out and get control of the map on a certain side. Will be double archery range though behind this for useless, so maybe he will be going into crossbow or maybe even CA. And it should just be night production here, it looks like. Because Bloodlines, skill barding just came in, foraging is coming in.
Uh, If it's Cav Archer, it takes a little bit longer to get really up there than it's going to take to get Knights.
It's
So maybe that's an
100%.
opening for Liquidator here.
100% Cav Archers. It's 3 ranges. He's up, he's walled. Very minimal upgrades. Needs to get a lot of those. We'll need Bloodlines. We'll need Husbandry. We'll need. Oh, he has fletching, so he needs the padded archer armor, botkin, ballistics. I mean, so many upgrades. Has good res behind it, so we'll see. He does start to queue them right away. And honestly, if you're going to get the numbers up, you have to start getting them up as early as you can. Town center coming down here for useless APM behind us. A beautiful position there on a gold, on a wood line. CA is out, and it has been spotted almost immediately. Not even a
Yeah,
single unit
I
to go
mean,
down.
Liquidator already scouted the Archer range, so it shouldn't be a surprise for him.
Scouts, though, are in. Useless going to be able to do some damage potentially here before it's too late. Sees the stable foundation. Will know that's the play. Some quick walls coming up here for Liquid on one side. Knights will be out, though, so these scouts might not get a whole lot done. Like, scouts are just going to run, actually. CA going to be going down to a few scouts is not ideal. And the production behind this for CA is slow, like you mentioned. So these knights will have +2 defense. And going to have to sit back and try to boom here.
That military numbers in favor of Useless. He does have Bodkin. If he can continue to produce, keep solid production up, and get those upgrades in whenever the resources come out, I mean, it could get away from Liquidator here. Who knows?
Yeah, Husbandry's on its way in for Useless. Husbandry had already completed for the Liquidator, so he'll be able to chase these down pretty convincingly here. Also, no Bloodlines here for Useless, so it's not exactly the position you want to find yourself in, but we'll have to run back with the military. Probably going to have to just be sitting at home till these upgrades come in. Bloodline's now in research, though, so that will definitely help out a lot. Knight's getting a nice engagement still, though.
Yeah, I didn't want this fight. Useless.
Yeah, Monastery Edition, so he will be thinking about just trying to convert some knights there for himself. I think the CA just run in, stay safe here.
That is the advantage on the defense here. He'd just sit behind the walls and pick off knights as he pleases if they try to attack.
Yeah, and that's not really what you want to see here if you're a Liquidator, because if they keep sitting behind walls, you can never hit them, and you just take damage. Blessed for or Iron Casting already in, so lots of upgrades, fully upgraded Castle Age Knights here for the Liquidator. And again, the Cav Archer's caught out in a bad position.
Yeah, just losing one or two every one of these little engagements is just going to prevent him from getting the numbers that you really want.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been two TCs for a bit now as well, so
University is coming up for you, so we'll get ballistic finally.
yeah. But two TC eco to one. The villager lead not that big, but is starting to grow. It's going to be something he's going to have to watch out for here soon. Monk, in addition to just healing up the CA, will be able to probably push some knight pushes back here as well. Adding a fourth range and going to try to go out for a town center here. Oh, it's risky at this point, I feel like. Monks, both of them trying to convert the same knight, and both monks convert the same knight, so that hurts.
This is not good. I mean,
No.
it's not terrible though. Now he's running away. The bill's safe.
Yeah, it's still, he's taking a fine engagement. He can two-shot knights for the moment, but these knights should be breaking in here potentially, but repairs will come in. Cav archers find themselves a corner. Cav archers will all go down here.
Yeah, this was working really well until he ran for the corner.
Yep. Now he does have the production buildings out. He will have 3 TC economy behind this. Has a 9 villager lead already. It was the second TC added for the Liquidator here. Interesting position. It is on the front, so maybe he's going to try to use that as time to get on water, potentially, which could be a nice little boost to his economy if he gets there.
Yeah, it's not on gold or anything. So, I mean, we're looking at Bulgarian. I think they have a good navy, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, this TC does go up, but at what cost? I mean, it's not great. CA can just sit in this choke point here, which is nice.
Yeah, but they have to use it if they're going to use it. There we go.
Yeah, it's very, very awkward position here. Another town center coming up forward there for the Liquidator. And like you said, if these golds aren't secured before long, it could become an issue as the gold will slowly be running out at home here for
Yeah, I mean,
Useless.
there is gold on that right and top side of the map that he could go to. It's just going to be vulnerable.
Yeah, and these CA numbers getting up there yet again with ballistics this time, with all the upgrades. It's now going to be time to worry about these 17 cav archers in this group. We have 19 or 20 on the field. And he can just keep coming back and sitting between this little cubby that he's made himself to sit in, this hole, and he can just take these knights out day in, day out.
It's really about letting the eco pay off as Useless. He's got to make something of his ability.
Yeah. But Useless is getting to that beautiful number where he'll soon be able to one-shot these knights. Looks like the players may have been dealing with a little bit of lag, potentially. Not exactly sure where everyone's from here, but I think Liquidator's from Canada. And I believe that Useless is actually first language is Spanish, I believe, or Portuguese. So don't think lag should be too big of a surprise between these two. So 3 TC Eco now for both, but the Liquidator was rather late to it and hasn't really made it pay off here. Cav Archer numbers up to 33 now. We'll be adding a market. Is Useless APM. And I think Useless APM needs to shift some more off of wood and really start to focus on that food eco. 18 on wood compared to 33. You don't need wood for Cav Archers, but you do need wood for upgrades and to go up. So Something to keep an eye on here. Cav archers just able to sit and do damage here. There's a lot of military on the field here for both, but Cav archers being able to hit and run all day. These knights not the best position to be in. Looks like we're gonna have Imp soon for the Liquidator. He does have his
And
two
that's
buildings.
exactly what I was going to say. We're going to see Imp here. And Cavalier versus Cav Archers is a much different game.
Absolutely. And we had a lot of investment into these Cav archers, and he's nowhere near his way up. He was lacking on food for quite some time. He's now up to 37 on food at least, but it was 18 there for a while. I've actually been really surprised with this bracket. I feel like we've seen a lot of players do a lot more passive plays here, and they sit back and they kind of try to boom rather than go for a lot of aggression early on. And in this bracket specifically, it was kind of unexpected for me.
Well, aggression is certainly one way to get yourself um, higher rated and all that, but just execution is also important. Not making mistakes. And something also to remember is if both players are trying to be aggressive, then it'll look like people are being passive.
That's
I don't think
true.
these players have been passive here. They both have, roughly 40 to 60 military on the field in Castle Age. They just know that they can't take a bad fight here. One
Yeah.
bad fight, one of them loses his mass, they lose the game, quite likely.
Yep. It's gonna be Imp here, much faster for the Liquidator, but I think Useless should be able to just pull back and should be able to save his mass here. Cavalier right away, as well as plate barding armor. Double siege workshop coming as well, so looking to be as aggressive as possible here. Oh, look at this crazy wall off coming here for Useless. He wants to try to delay this for as long as possible, even going to shift over into pikemen.
Pikemen.
Yeah, he needs something to be in front here, so he's gonna go pikemen. 39 soon to be Cavalier coming forward. And this is the best fight that you're going to get if you're in Useless's position at the moment. Fight comes in, and this is going to be an awkward fight to say the least here.
Immediately clicks Bracer in chemistry, so he's trying to turn this fight around.
Yeah, Castle
But
might go up here. This fight has not been good for Liquid at all.
yeah, Castle will definitely go. But another Castle also coming up from Liquid. Look at that.
Yeah.
Forward Castle.
Yeah, but this spot with these Cavalier is not where you want to be. There are 46 archers back here. Monk grabbing a conversion on the other side as well. Castle, when it goes up, will force these CA to move, but
But it was not a good trade for Liquidator here.
no, he had 39 knights when he ran in before Cav, and now he only has 15 on the map. It was 50 plus CA, still 41 of those remaining. Awkward transition here. I do like that Useless is moving out to the other side of the map at the moment as well. Treb already out here for Useless. One going to be popping out for Liquid as well.
Yeah, but Cap Ram also coming forward here for Liquidator. So taking advantage of those bonuses, getting those cheaper upgrades, right?
Yeah, it's only one though, and there's nothing else coming just yet. So we'll be able to push, but for how long? Castle fight is going to be important here as well.
Nothing on stone for Useless, so he's running out now. Liquidator also running out, but at least he's got miners.
Yeah, and this castle may end up going down.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Second Treb did come out for Liquidator, but no second Treb, so it's not looking good for Useless.
Heavy CA completing just now, though. And I feel like unless we see something added to deal with the CA, the Cavalier, there's not enough numbers here. Yeah, Siege can push all day underneath of a castle, but otherwise, I
I,
mean,
I mean, is Siege Ram the answer to send in with the Cav Archer? I
probably.
don't know.
I mean, there's Pike here. It's still 500. I believe it's still 500 food. It's half price, right? And Siege Ram is 1,000 food, so.
Yes. I just wish Liquidator had been able to look on the right side of the map here. This free eco on the back is going to be big for Useless going forward.
Yeah. And Useless did a thing like we talked about, got out here and was getting gold. So he took quite a bit of this gold here. It will be Elite Skirm behind this, which is going to be a nice addition to deal with the heavy CA. I think we need to see the scout line come into play here for Useless, honestly. He's going to have tons of food. Oh, okay. We have Keshiks coming on the other side. Two of them produced already, so maybe he's thinking about trying to do some raiding on that side with some Keshiks. Could be a very important thing to pay attention to.
Yeah, I mean it is open. The walls there's a hole in the wall
Yep, two Keshiks moving
because
out. Oh, and some CA and more Keshiks coming over there. That's going to be something that he is not being be able to deal with right away. And yeah, Useless has this push coming against him here, but he has all that eco
Vil so yeah,
units.
Vil's going down, Keshik's in. So this is quite awkward now for Liquidator. He has less military by half, more than half. He's outpopped, and he's being attacked on his rear while
Yeah, he
being
did notice
outnumbered
at
on the front.
least. So he did react, so that's plus.
Yeah,
Should
but
well he
I
needs
mean,
to start producing. I mean, what does he got?
he
32 cav right now is all.
yeah, but he's got no food. 22 on food right now.
Yeah.
You look at all these villas on gold on one gold pile. Um, we talked about
Oh.
useless gold being vulnerable, but now Liquidator is out of gold inside his base. The only gold he has is these two tiles that are quickly running out with like 40 vills on them.
Yeah, and that's not pretty. He is going to try to get a castle up here, but more
Yeah, but
military coming on that side. We are
yeah,
having
not enough
Cap
military.
Ram being researched from Useless as well, with Siege Workshops on the side with the Trebs. There's a lot of Halberdier, a lot of CA still there. Oh, this is a Doubt Castle if you ever seen one before in your life, guys.
Yeah, not enough Cavalier here. To do that, I don't think stirrups ever came in. Not that I caught.
I haven't seen that coming yet either, yeah. So,
I
and
suppose I could
even
click
with
on.
the few skirmishers here, it's not going to be a pretty fight against all this military on this side. It's
Yeah.
200
Oh, and he
pop.
tries another. He does another castle here, and I mean, even this could be denied by this small handful of cav archers if it's microed properly.
Yeah, I think that one will still go up, but
It should, but the number of vills lost here. Just moments ago, it was a vill lead by a significant vill lead, I think, for Liquidator, but now he's even and
yeah, but here
um
comes the fight on the other side. There's not enough skirms there. The Cavalier is only at 32. Production has stopped, and a lot of those are back home trying to deal with this raid as well.
Yeah, I mean, but that said, a Siege Ram actually coming in for Useless, so he's going to go Siege Ram and push these trebs,
Oh,
push this castle. And if he gets a handful of Siege Ram queued up and piled up, there's nothing that's going to stop this from rolling all the way into liquid space.
yeah, and he already has a couple Rams produced, so even with a couple Rams here, with all the Halb and all the CA on this side, there's not enough to stop it.
Yeah, so Liquidator finally getting that castle out to secure himself gold, which is desperately needed because he's got none.
Yeah, will it go up though? It's like it probably will, but and here the Cav are diving on Halberdier. Oh, and the skirms aren't here, and this is not what you want to see if you're in Liquid's position. All the Cav will die on this side. The Rams will push, and then he has nothing behind this. No food economy to deal with this. It looks more and more like a GG will be coming in here very soon. The food eco just doesn't seem to be there. 61 on wood for the Liquidator. Using trebs to try to target cav archers will kill a couple, but they will go down soon. That castle won't stand a chance. And honestly, he should just patrol straight back to the enemy here. Siege Rams will take out all of the production on the front. Only 7 on gold here for the Liquidator as well. Did he grab any relics by chance? Okay, he does have 1 relic. And then we have 3 for our Tatar player. So the only one left is in the center of the island, or the water here.
Yeah, but this I mean, significant Vil lead by 30 for the Liquidator, but 11 military to 97. He just can't stop this.
Oh, and he's just going to keep losing and losing and losing here as there is a massive military. 97 for useless APM. Siege, Halb, CA. A forward castle going to be trying to come up here on the other side for the Liquidator, but not looking good. That's a lot of siege ram too. There are 9 right there headed towards the main economy.
And there's nothing that can stop this. I mean,
No, I mean useless has been at he's been at 200 pop, or pretty much 200 pop for the last 10 minutes. And Liquidator is just going to continue to struggle with all sorts of production buildings. He is going to get that castle up on the other side, so that will kill a few more vills. But that will probably just load up more military space then for this push to be even more deadly. And Liquidator calls it. Useless APM will take game number 2. Very interesting game. Booming. Like you said, lots of military early, but ultimately potentially just like overboom. Getting hit at the wrong times for the Liquidator, and it was just felt very, very rough there.
yeah, I mean, I guess what it came to there is just maybe there was an opening for Liquidator where we kept seeing the cav archers get themselves killed. But he's never pressured. He was never able to actually apply any pressure to the eco, and because of that, the cav archer numbers just kept growing and growing. And once they get to that mass of 60 plus, especially with Halb mixed in, I, it takes a bit of a miracle to get through that.
Yep. Game number 4 will be on Nomad Hubs, guys. And it will be Liquidator with Persians against Useless APM going for Spanish. So whenever you are ready, Hitch, we can dive into that one. Nomad Hubs. Looks like a beautiful one too, guys. So for those who don't know, if you've missed out on the tournament, it's 4 villager start regardless of civ. It is nomad start, so you will start with said spread positions here, and the difference of the hubs, as Hitch has named them, is the bog hub here is going to have additional wood on the trees. The mineral hub is going to be the gray texture. We'll have more gold on the gold piles, and the food hubs will have additional food located nearby, which is quite nice. But looks like a pretty nice generation here where everything's spread out pretty well. Mineral hubs kind of down the center of the map from north to south, really, but whenever Hitch is ready, we'll dive right in. Going to be a pretty interesting one, though. Looking forward to seeing
I'm
how
ready
this
when you
works
are.
out. 3, 2, 1, go. All
Yeah,
right.
gotta agree with what you kind of got at. It's unusually well distributed here. Like sometimes we tend to get all of the wood clumped up in one half of the map or something, but this is pretty well spread out.
Yep, but the TCs won't be spread whatsoever. Middle of the map, both players going to drop their TCs, and this is going to be a rough position to go from. I mean, it's going to be so close. The hunt is right here.
Oh, and there's even a Useless has a house going up by the TC for Liquidator. Very awkward.
Yeah, but he could be in trouble with that there, actually. So, gonna have to run with that. That house won't go up right away. That could be a problem, actually.
Yeah.
He's trying to wall this villain. Useless is definitely gonna try to wall this in here. At least he was.
And
Spanish
I
voters.
don't. That said, okay, so the TC for Useless in a gold hub, not really on the gold. It's got a little bit of wood, a little bit of food. Get Liquidator's only on a wood line there. A little awkward. Not a ton of food close by, um, especially for Liquidator.
Yeah, I mean, he will have the boar there that he went up a little bit for the north for, which is nice. Did delay the house, so that is kind of an issue, but I mean,
Delayed, I mean, completely stopped, right?
yeah, he was able to get another house up. It's an awkward position for both, especially given the widespread area of this map. If you look at the players scouting here, I mean, Useless just kind of converged all of his down there, found a hub that he wanted, and went for it. And then kind of the same for Liquidator, and I guess just the middle of the map worked out for both where they wanted to be. So,
Yeah. I mean, oh, and look, he's stealing the boar. This is beautiful, Liquidator. Look,
yeah,
come on,
he's
that's genius.
yeah he's
He
got a
he's
great.
short on food here. Oh, and the deer almost blocked it.
That's
Nope,
great for him
it's
there.
gone. Yeah. Now, that said, though, I mean, there's Euthos has two food hubs behind him, tons of deer behind him, more berries behind him, more boar behind him. He's not going to be hurt too bad. Liquidator, on the other hand, he really kind of feels like he's in the middle of nowhere in the center of the map.
Yep. And losing a boar, not the biggest deal when you have some sheep, you have berries that you're sitting on, you got the hunt still available for yourself. I mean, obviously it's not what you want, and I think you should have went after it first, but nonetheless, it's gonna be very interesting. I feel like Spanish have a bit of a better position when you're playing on a Nomad start, just because of the faster building right off the bat. So that said, Useless does have a bit more idle time here, though. So maybe not much of a bonus at all there.
Yeah, Liquidator though going out for far bore back on different wood lines, so he's gonna bring in all the food he needs here. Just a little bit of idle time though.
He's actually going to shift over to a mill there and just go back there, which is not a bad position since there are deer and berries nearby as well. I wonder where he's going with this other Ville. Liquidator sending it out to scout potentially? I think we have a Ville for Useless doing the same. Building houses in some random positions, trying to find where the hubs are.
Not the worst idea. It's a little bit of idle time, but map knowledge matters on something like this. We've seen players lose because they didn't have wood and they were 2 tiles from discovering a big wood line. So
Yeah, absolutely. And we actually have a boar coming in now from that scout as well. So he was able to go down and find the food hubs there. Will use the villager to bring that back, which is nice. Gonna lure it in beautifully there under his town center. Fortunately, with this map, we have quite a bit of food. It's just distributed and can become kind of dangerous to be so exposed with all of these villas spread out. But this early in the game, obviously, it's what you have to do to maintain villager production and really try to get yourself a nice advantage there.
absolutely, this map has proven really good at forcing players to spread out a lot more often. Not always, but pretty often players are just stuck in this position that Liquidator is, where you can't stay home. There's just nothing to sustain your eco.
Yeah, and I mean, I've scrolled out here. You can literally see, like, the majority of the map has already got stuff on it here. I mean, it's just a very, very map control heavy position. But all in all, I mean, I think I still prefer Useless's position just because he has a little bit better resources near his TC. At least it feels like it. Just because he has the additional golds there, really.
Yeah, I've favored Useless position this whole time. I mean, he's closer to a good wood line. He's closer to extra food. He's got more gold secured here. Um, eh, Liquidator just in an awkward position for to start. I mean, we'll see what he can make of it here, but
Yeah, both players going up, and this will be towers, it looks like. We have Useless walking his vills back to build a mining camp on the stone that he has found.
we haven't seen much in the way of straight towers here. But I think there's a lot of potential.
Yeah, I mean, he could definitely block off this wood line that the Liquidator's taking right now. If he gets it on his gold in the front, obviously it will probably deny some farm space here. It's just a difficult position. I mean, we could even see a Persian douche. We haven't even talked about that yet. That's like a possibility.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what we're seeing here.
I mean, preferably not, but I mean, honestly, it would make his map position so much better if he were ever to pull it off. He did put an outpost on the front, so he is kind of expecting something here, but no scout on this map, making it even more difficult to do anything. And here comes the tower
Immediate
rush.
tower.
I like it. He's already walling up the front of this. He's going to make sure that it goes up. He will range the TC, I believe, so this board that's under this TC, there's not much left on it, but this villager is at low HP. If he garrisons right away, he might even take that out. No, Liquid notices it too quickly. Towers will continue. Now, one thing that sucks for Useless at this position is if he does get hit by scouts, which is not the play, actually. We're going to go archers. I think scouts would have been a better idea, personally, but look at this. This is a beautiful tower rush, though. Already walling in, or has the foundations and stuff down to wall this in. going to be
Yep.
making it extremely difficult. Not enough stone just yet. If he gets a stone up on this gold here, it could be pretty devastating.
Yeah, and suddenly this tower situation just makes it extremely awkward for Ghetto, or excuse me, Liquidator.
Yeah, I mean, he's pulling vills from the other side here.
It's too little, too late. This tower goes up.
And it should go up. And
Now, it is a little vulnerable. It's not covered by the previous towers. It's not fully walled in.
he's just going to say screw it. He forced the counter
Yep.
tower there.
And that's worth plenty all on its own.
Absolutely. He is Liquid is not on stone, so tower's doing work here. And what's this? Is there any sort of switch? No, there's no. Not even a barracks on the field yet. Here, another tower will come down here. Will be within range of this tower. Vill's getting a little bit lower in HP, but this tower should definitely go up. Oh, look at those quick walls. Beautifully done. I love it. Useless is making use of his Civ bonuses here. Takes out both of the archers. So only one archer remaining. The tower rush is just going to keep coming too. I don't see a barracks on the field here. All he has is like, what is it, 7 vills on stone?
Hmm
Gonna get a
It's
blacksmith.
yeah, getting fletching at this point, good idea. But you're pretty committed at this point. It's useless. You've got to make this win, or at least buy such a big lead that it's not going to matter. But still a Vil lead for Liquidator through all of this because yeah,
Yeah, I think archers is just the wrong play here. I think he should have gone into scouts, honestly.
agreed. Scouts, the mobility on this map is huge. Market coming up for useless, so he's going to go to castle here in a fairly quick order, and presumably just to make these towers even more devastating. But we'll find out.
Yeah, Useless has all the food he could need. He's actually going to put a defensive tower down on this gold even to try to protect his economy. While going to be throwing some Vil fightings. Should lose one Vil here, but that should be it. Tower is up, and archers will have to run yet again. And Useless on his way to Castle Age. You have to imagine that this will be a castle then before long.
You know, we say it should have been scouts, but you know what? It's not. There's only one on food for Liquidator right now.
That's true. It is a rough position.
He,
Villages
he's
were
he's
found out here
yeah.
as well, so Useless has to run, doing a good job to bait away the archers from the majority of the units. One unit should go down, but 3 will likely escape to live another day.
Yeah, but and they'll have to learn the long way. Stay safe. Liquidator finally getting some more vills on food, but it's just not pretty. Um,
And he's
his
nowhere
wood eco's
near
getting going
Castle
now.
Age.
That said, though, it is what, an 8-9 vil lead for Liquidator. So if he can just get this balance and get this set, this eco aiming the right direction, he's hardly devastatingly behind.
They're gonna
It's
force
not
up a
as if.
market.
Hmm
Probably gonna try to buy his way up here.
Yeah, maybe
3
selling
Vils
stone.
have been located here, so Useless will be down by another 3 Vils here very soon. But
The archer's paying off.
Castle Age is in. A castle is not all that far away. And, oh, this will be a castle. Oh, pulling
Yeah,
all
sure.
the Vils.
The thing is, I don't think one castle can do enough here
But
to
he's not in
justify
Castle
it.
Age, so. And, oh, it's going to be a
Oh, this
tower
is
block effect. Oh, has to delete the
terrible counter.
barracks. He's going to try to put up 2. This is GG.
Yeah, that was the wrong reaction, I think. I think you can afford to lose the position here.
And he's going to try to buy his way up now. Try to get that situated for himself. But does this even make it to castle? It has to. It's a Spanish or it's Persian TC. So
Yeah, I mean, it's getting hit. It looks like it's lost a quarter of the HP, but that's from a tower fire. No way he doesn't get up. Um, and then he's still gonna have a significant Vil lead. I mean, the eco is not awesome for useless. If Liquidator can just endure right now, this might not be bad.
yep, Conquistadors will be the unit of choice. No surprise there. It looks like Liquid kind of expecting this is pulling Vils from that mill that he just built on the berries.
And got a couple berry bushes out of it.
Yep, and
But this is where it gets very awkward. The mixing in conks. I mean, if he gets up in these Expo, they'll do all right against the conks. The mobility, um, and the rating is going to be painful.
yeah, no upgrades on the Conquistadors, so will be difficult to do a lot of damage. The one thing though will be the mobility. Would love to see another town center added here somewhere for Useless to really sure up his economy, but Archer's out of position and he sees all the vills on stone with this Conquistador. Will push some of them away from that, cause some idle time. But Castle won't be too far off here for the Liquidator if he chooses to go in that direction. I feel like just adding TCs would be the better idea though, to have safer vills, but Liquidator doing a ton of market shenanigans right now to be able to get Botkin, it looks like. Still, like, just such a good map position here as the Vills for Liquid running to the other side here. Likely going to be a castle, it looks like. Another TC coming in the back for Useless. Yeah, it looks like Liquidator not really sure where he wants to put it. We'll put it right here. Villagers are there from Useless. We'll see it immediately. And it's going to fight with some Vills, pick off at least a villager before running away here. Conquistadors in low numbers, though. Not going to be able to take good fight against the crossbows. Villager count is now in favor of Useless APM after picking off a few of those vills there. I think the Conquistadors just need to have been moved out and around and trying to find all this eco in the back. Look at all these exposed vills and the berries and on the wood.
Yeah, but it's hard to go out when you feel your own eco is being threatened.
Oh, it is. You're not wrong. No arguments there. More villagers dying, or a crossbow and a vill dying on this town center here. We will have a second town center coming up for the Liquidator, but it will be his only town center here soon enough. Towers doing a good job to deter crossbows, and Conquistadors running in here. Really would love to see bloodlines at a bare minimum added, but there are zero upgrades. The only upgrade Useless has right now is double or horse collar. He doesn't even have double bit axe.
Oh, he's got armor.
Oh, he does. Sorry, padded archer armor. But he is against Botkin, so has to be careful with his numbers there.
Beyond food for Liquidator. I mean, it's not a pleasant sight.
Yeah, it's pretty rough, really. Crossbows are here to deal with these conquistadors that were left alone for a moment. Will be a siege push here for the Liquidator, so expect to see some siege coming forward anytime. It has to be mangonels, I guess, but conquistadors do really well against mangonels. TC has gone down there, so it is still just one TC for Liquid. All those farms that he just built abandoned as well. Has to go back and build more at home. Crossbows on both sides of the economy here, though, could be a bit of a problem soon.
Yeah, I mean, it's really got to become a big problem for Liquidator to have a chance here. He's behind on eco numbers, like nothing on food. This is all in crossbow play at this point. He's gotta be able to win with this.
I took out a good number there, but Conquistadors will take out the Mangonel. Yeah, Exorcist, I think he's in a bad position. I mean, Conquistador number is starting to get large enough to take out some units of crossbows here. We'll move in really close to get the accuracy needed to take out this small group. But it's very messy from both sides. This being Liquid's home map, though, I'm sure he's not happy the position he's currently found himself in. Ground attack. I think that missed. The crossbows actually took out the Conquistador. Nothing really, Exorcist. Alright, so we are going to have a defensive siege workshop, which is probably the best position that we could have for Useless to take. He will be adding a second blacksmith as well. A double bit axe finally coming in. Mangonel will do great things for Useless here if we can get it up. Currently lacking some gold. Unfortunately, there's some crossbows walking underneath the castle during this time. One Mangonel has gone down. Second one will go down. Not a single Conquistador going down. I think this one range was shift click to produce towards his current front, and he's lost a few crossbows in the transition as well. Useless going to try to go out for another TC over here. This could be the break that the ghetto needs if all these villas do get spotted and it goes unnoticed. Oh, this could be great for Liquid. Few more villagers go down here.
And no
Economy in
ballistic cell.
shambles. Crossbow's gonna walk in on the other side. Still no Mangonel. Oh. There is a Mangonel in production now. A lot of the units have gone off. There's a Scorpion on the field, so it was a Scorpion first. Gonna get a nice bolt off there. Might even get a few more with the crossbows back here. Getting some damage in. Conquistador is really just distracting. Pretty decent crossbow mass for the moment. There is a Mangonel out as well, though.
And of course, Magnel's here being much more threatening to crossbow than to Conquistador. Now, but Liquidator has kept up on the Vil numbers. He's close in.
Oh
He's got
no.
multiple TCs spread throughout the map.
Mangonel getting very
Ooh,
close.
yeah. Oh, failed turn.
Mangonel jumps out of the siege workshop, though.
And
Oh,
misses.
crossbow's in danger. Oh, there's the big
Oh,
shot.
that's like GG.
That is GG.
Oh, I was
Useless.
getting no chat. Whatever. But anyway.
I didn't get any chat either. I don't
Oh,
think.
maybe there wasn't.
I don't think Liquid said GG once
Uh,
here. So
uh,
maybe he's a little tilted, but GG's
yeah,
nonetheless. Useless APM will move on here, taking the set 3 games to 1.
yeah,
So
good comeback. Lost Battlegrounds, and it will look like a fairly close game, but coming out with 3 in a row to move on to the semifinals.
to the semifinals, yeah, he'll face off against Exorcist actually. So
Yeah, no doubt, Exorcist. I agree with you. uh, And we know Liquidator well here. I did get to see him beat the controller player when Empire Wars came out, and they were
Oh,
going through that first day.
I didn't watch a whole lot to be honest, but I haven't been watching much Age lately, unfortunately.
So I wouldn't go so far as saying an upset or anything, but Liquidator, Elo 80 to 90 points higher than Useless. So I think Liquidator was favored to be going forward. So maybe a bit of a surprise for his opponent in the next round.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And Exorcist is facing the winner of this set here, so we are gonna update the bracket, guys. If you don't want to see any spoilers here, now would be the time to look away. But we are gonna do that right now. So, Useless APM, which I don't know how this got messed up. I think it was probably on me that his name is a little screwed up in this, but he will take the set 3 games to 1. Move on to face Exorcist in a best of 5 semifinal. We are still waiting Dark Diamonds and Law Dog Sucks to play against Aussie J in the other semifinal, and then we will soon be awaiting a final between whoever's left. So, been a lot of fun. I'm hoping that the games between Dark Diamonds and Law Dog are being played tomorrow. I feel
That
like,
is what was said, right?
yeah, they've said they'll be playing then, but no guarantees, obviously. So we'll wait and see what happens there, but hopefully that goes well and there's no other delays or distractions there. But otherwise, if that's the case, we'll cast this set tomorrow, and then we'll have semifinals going into next weekend, which is exciting. It's been a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to seeing how these next few matchups work out, and it's been great to see some new maps, some that we haven't seen. So
Yeah,
really,
Shaded Pond getting some credit. We haven't seen Nomad much this round.
yeah, absolutely should be a lot of fun. But guys, that is going to do it for us this evening. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't been following the Battlegrounds Custom Series, the YouTube has it all except for this tournament. Obviously, it's not completed yet, and I still have some other games to upload. But there it is. If you want to see any of those games, going to be a lot of fun to see who finishes this one out. Likely, we'll be saving those until Saturday and Sunday evening, assuming they are played and turned in by then, which they are supposed to be. So, any
We need
closing
to
words,
update.
Hitch?
No closing words. You need to update your computer there, Juicy.
What, my bots?
Your computer, you got an update symbol in your taskbar.
Yeah, yeah, we'll get there.
Exorcist. I've been obviously watching all the games to cast and casting what I do, but I haven't been paying that much attention. Um, no, it's not been recorded anywhere. Um, it wouldn't be terribly hard to to pull up and pull together. Actually, maybe that'd be something to I could get together for the final to give us some special content to talk about.
Yeah, that could be
But
interesting. For sure. But, yeah, guys, I'm going to send you guys over to someone else, but hope you enjoyed.